I quit my job because I can't take care of my basic needs and work 40 hours a week at the same time. It's really hard to say this out loud and put it online, but I know that I'm not the only person going through this. I've almost been fired from every job that I've ever had, and it's not because I'm not smart. I actually tend to overperform in the beginning. It's just that after some time, I inevitably burn out once I wake up one day and realize that I haven't taken a shower in like 3 weeks. It's really frustrating because I know that I'm an intelligent person and I've been able to accomplish a lot of really amazing things in my life, but I still can't manage to take care of myself. And it's not just a matter of not trying hard enough or not being disciplined. If I could take care of my basic needs and work full time, I would have fucking done that by now and then some. It's a form of self-sabotage to honestly be putting so much energy into these executive functioning skills at work and not have anything left to give myself. It's like I would dead ass wake up at 5 a.m., pace back and forth, start working at 7, finish work at 6, eat, sleep for dinner, and then crawl in bed at 8 o'clock. And it's like a part of me does feel insane by quitting at the verge of a recession. But it's like if I actually want to build a future for myself and get there in one piece, taking care of myself has to become my full-time job. I was not born to raise shareholder value. I'm actually meant to live a life, and I need to learn how to be a person in order to do that.
Man, these new motherfuckers, excuse my language, get out of here. Get out. I thought she was, I didn't watch this first. I just seen the headline. I thought she was going to be like 60, 70 hours a week. Bro, it was time I worked 60 hours a week, had to come to the crib, still do shit, get an hour or two of sleep, turn around, handle responsibilities. At the end of the day, they didn't make this generation soft. They was talking about we was soft. Bro, like it's no way, but hit the link in the description, join the Patreon. Appreciate y'all. No time management, you see the septum ring in the nose. They just lazy. They don't want to work. What you talking about? 40 hours is nothing. No disrespect to nobody. 40 hours is nothing. You know what I'm saying? I didn't work back breaking jobs, midnight jobs. You know what I'm saying? People are just lazy, bro. People are lazy, and maybe war is what people need. Women and men should get drafted since they want equal rights. Maybe that's what people need, bro. Because these times have made people soft, lazy, entitled, bro. Ain't no way you don't take care of your personal. That's more than enough time to take care of your personal needs. But what's so funny? It's like when people get a check and they start making money and they want to buy shoes or they want to travel. This is what women usually do. They want to buy shoes and travel and not pay their rent, not pay their light bill. They buying bags and not handling their true responsibilities. You know what I mean? They get paid and they flunk off their money. No, you must learn how to manage your time and money. And most people don't have this generation, and most people don't have the organizational skills. They still want to do what they want to do. And that's a problem. They want to, be at work, then they want to go party and they want to drink, and then they get an hour of sleep and then they want to do. No, you have to sacrifice. You can't go out and party every day. You can't go out there and be happy houring and spending money and drinks. Prioritize your sleep. Let me tell you sleeping is, and I say this all the time to the bros, sleeping is where your body replenishes itself at. It's where it heals. The bad cells and the cancer cells get defeated. Why do you think people get so sick when you sleep deprived? I can sleep all day and I can sleep when I die. That's bullshit. You're gonna die if you don't get no sleep. That's bullshit saying. Sleep is where the body regenerates. Sleep is where the body recovers. Sleep is where you get those bad cells out your body. It's where you able to recover and all that stuff at. Don't get to the point where you grinding so hard you don't get no sleep. Get that sleep. That's why people look old. That's why people look old. Get that sleep. And they want to do all the things that's fun or all the things that they truly want to do. And then they want to work. No, get your 8 hours, 6 to 10 hours of sleep, whatever you want to do. That's the priority. Wash your dishes, wash your ass. That's the priority. People still want to go out there and have tons of fun, and they want to have fun and all this type of stuff. Okay, cool. Be on the street then. Be on the street. And at the end of the day, this ain't gonna do nothing but, all the old younger people don't want to work. Guess what? They ain't gonna do nothing but clear up the job market. It's always gotta be a balance. Respectfully, it's always gotta be a balance, because the baby boomers, they don't want to get out the workforce. They still working and working. So guess what? The Gen Zers don't want to work. So that opens the avenue for people that actually need jobs. Since the baby boomers want to be selfish and still, soak up all the money. So it all becomes a balance. This generation don't want to work. That's why you still see older people working at Taco Bell and McDonald's, not because they have to, because, it's an opportunity to make some extra money. If they retire or something, to still be social. This generation is just weird. They lazy. And they held their hand. They held their hand too much. And she could be just doing this for parody or something like that, but I just don't understand it. If you think 80 hours a week, 90 hours a week, maybe I'm thinking like maybe she got some bread saved up. 40 hours a week is nothing. It's nothing. And this generation is socially awkward. They're weird. They're lazy. And then even towards the millennials too, man. It's like a chromosome was missing, or something was missing within the mechanism of that human, some of them human bodies. That's not all there. And for you to make this video, I don't think she about to say 60, 70, 80 hours. Like, bro, like, I need to prioritize. Okay, prioritize being on the street. And this is why some companies like hiring older people with children and that has responsibilities. This is why, because they have to work, or they going to be on the street. Or they're going to be on the street. A lot of these people, they don't have responsibilities. But guess what? You won. Your mama daddy getting mad at you. You won. Your boyfriend getting tired of putting up with your lazy shit or something happening to you, whoever taking care of you, from being back on the street. They didn't held this generation hand way too much. And when the going gets tough, they're going to crumble. They better pray that this world never goes back to the way that it was, like it was intended to be. Trade for barter, the survival of the fittest, bro. It wouldn't be many survivors. Bro. These dudes are not built. These women are not built to do this no more. Y'all sit here, y'all 4 grandmothers, your 4 mothers. They sat here and they beg to work. And now you get that opportunity to work, and it's like, oh, we don't want to work anymore. I don't want to work anymore. And it's like, nah. You're going to work, But it ain't, you have to learn how to prioritize. You have to learn to prioritize your time and organize your time and what's important and what's not important. Too much of the stuff, they all want to travel to Houston. They all want to stay up watching TV. No, prioritize your time. What's important. Don't worry about what everybody else doing on Instagram, living their best life, bro. That's just a facade. A lot of them people, they struggling. But hey, hit the link in the description, join the Patreon. Peace.